Hello everybody, welcome back to Life Essence, y'all. Alright. And I hope you all, man, ain't had a smooth 7. Alright. Keep it going, y'all. Keep all the good energy going. But yes, I have a couple videos right here. Man, they'll have you, man, ain't looking at what you eat, y'all. Please take and pay attention. Now, everything inside of the video is not real. Alright. It's for entertainment purposes only. Right? You take and believe in what you want, right? Take and pass the word. Share, like, subscribe, and comment on down bottom, right? Now let's get straight to the video.
The food you're eating is poison, guys. This gentleman left a comment saying that there are a lot of carcinogens in American food and cancer is one of the leading causes of death in the USA, and he is 100% right. And I'm going to show you some numbers and some statistics, and they're scary. So right off the bat, cancer is the second leading cause of death in the USA after heart disease. And if you think about it, it makes sense because most of the food that Americans eat have carcinogens in them. It's not rocket science. I mean, just this month, Simply Orange, which is owned by Coca-Cola, got sued because they found cancer-causing chemicals in the orange juice that's supposedly all natural. They found the chemicals that is in a weed killer called Roundup in Cheerios, which causes cancer. And not only that, but red meat is literally considered a carcinogen, guys. It's a carcinogen. It's not a matter of if you're going to get cancer. It's just a matter of when. Here in Mexico, we do have a lot of people that are overweight. I get that. But most of the food that we eat here in Mexico is fresh. No preservatives, no GMOs, none of that crap. There's a reason why Mexico does not want U.S. corn here in Mexico because it's poison. And I know a lot of Americans are going to get mad, but it's just the truth. If you live in the USA right now, I dare you to go to your food pantry, grab a random piece of food, and then look at the ingredients that are used to create that food. And I guarantee you, you're going to find something that causes cancer or something that should not be there. It's crazy because those are just some examples that I gave of the food that has cancer-causing chemicals, but I could literally talk about this for hours and the list would never end, guys. You are what you eat, and if you're eating poison, you're going to be poisoned. Not only that, but then you pass that on to your children. What you ingest gets passed on to your children, especially if you're a pregnant mother. Stop eating poison, guys.
Bro, it's so wild when you come back from a foreign country and you realize like how fat Americans are. Like fat than a motherfucker, just big as hell for no goddamn, just big back busting out the seams, can of biscuit built ass motherfuckers for no goddamn reason. And you really realize how big we is when you get up, bro. When I came back from Korea the other day, yesterday, and I touched back down, you know, from Korea to San Francisco, and I got off that motherfucking plane, I said, God damn, Americans fatter than a motherfucker. And it was even worse when I went from San Francisco to Houston, and you go back down south, and you like, God damn, these some big back motherfuckers. And it's like, bro, outside of the fact that we just eat, like, till we can't eat no more, it's definitely in our food. It's definitely the food, bro. Outside the fact that niggas can't put the fork down. Like, I had McDonald's and, you know, cookies and snacks and candy bars and shit like that when I was in Korea. But, you know, their ingredients are different. Like, they sweeteners and stuff that they use in chocolate chip cookies, they use, like, nuts and, coconut and shit like that to sweeten their cookies and snacks and shit versus us, we use all that artificial sugar and corn syrup and shit, right? Like, even they little M&M, they got M&M candy bars, like milk chocolate candy bars with M&Ms in them. I was eating the fuck out of them, and it just tastes different. Completely different. The Hershey, but everything tastes completely fucking different because they got to use real ingredients. They can't use no artificial bullshit, and they can't use fake fillers and shit, right? I was eating McDonald's, Burger King, KFC over there, and then I come back over here. The night that I got back in, I stopped at McDonald's. It was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I stopped at McDonald's, get something to eat. Out here, bro, shit tore my fucking stomach up. Mind you, I've been out there for 3 weeks eating the same fucking McDonald's. It's just, I don't know what the fuck it is and our shit, that fake meat, whatever the fuck it is, that goddamn lemur, the lemur hoofs and whatever the fuck. Shit tore my stomach up, bruh. Shit, even out there, man, you had walking trails, exercise stations and shit everywhere outside. Old people was walking and going for jogs and shit. Meanwhile, you get the American niggas fat than a motherfucker. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. But everybody want to complain. Y'all niggas, bruh. It's crazy out here. It's crazy.
I would celebrate if I could buy the same French fries that you get in the UK. That it's like, I think if you don't need more than 3 ingredients.
I have a buddy of mine who lives in Australia, and he came over to America, and he loves quarter pounders in Australia because he said quarter pounders in Australia, it's grass-fed meat that's just fried with cheese and a bun. And he said he got a quarter pounder over here. He's like, what the fuck is this? He said it tastes like shit.
It's a shame that this is what we are putting inside of our bodies, man, right now.
So when I say food poisoning, I'm not talking about the classic food poisoning that you get when you eat a bad meal. Every day, our food is impure. It's actually turned into trash. So if you look at the list of ingredients in foods, it reads like a chemical course. Food should be organic, should not have pesticides. Animals should not be fed grains with pesticides in it because they concentrate it. Then you have antibiotics that are put in animals, hormones, and all kinds of drugs that are concentrated in the meat that we eat. So when you look at something that hasn't been farmed or produced properly, it turns into a poison for your body, and your body gets overwhelmed and it can't detox it anymore, and that causes your body to dysfunction. It causes your nervous system especially to become inflamed, and it can cause autoimmunity over time.
I really feel like this country keeps you sick on purpose. I just went to Colombia and I ate the KFC, the McDonald's and everything, and it was so fresh. It felt like they just cut the chicken in the back. It was so good that when I came back to America, like I craved it. It was terrible. It tastes like plastic, and then it made me, take a big It's like, oh, I forgot why I haven't ate KFC in a long time. Like, it makes me but it didn't make me in Colombia. It got me sick, and it's just like, yo, this country is keeping us sick.
Yo, Cardi B sure has a way with words, man. She was getting me the whole time. I'm like, yeah, Cardi's true, man. America's poisoning us to the food system. They're putting all these chemicals on this food. And then she gets, I cut my hair, I'm craving. And then I realize why I don't eat no more, man. She made me take a crazy shit. That is so true and so relatable, though, man. A lot of people had to cut off Taco Bell. A lot of people had to cut off Chipotle, man. Chipotle was messing people up for a good minute. But yeah, I hate the fact, man, that these corporations literally put so much junk and bullshit, man, into the food here in America. Nothing tastes the same. Yo, unless you've ever drank Coca-Cola in a foreign country, you don't know how good Coca-Cola is. The Coca-Cola out here in America is garbage. Everything here is garbage. Nothing tastes good. Nothing makes you feel right, man. It sucks because it shows you that you can't have fast food that feels good. So it's like, I want that. Like, I had to cut out fast food because it was just messing me up. You know what I'm saying? But not because I don't like it. So if I can have the fast food, like, I'll take my chances with cancer over the long run. You know what I'm saying? But the chemicals, man, is just not doing it for me no more. I don't think it's doing it for most people in America. Everybody getting fed.
I feel like all the food is poisoned. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, the fruit isn't fruiting, the meat isn't meating, it's not the right color. It always hurts my stomach, no matter what I do. At this point, I'd rather just not eat and starve.
Oh, that's kind of close. Australia is deadly for animals, but the USA is becoming the new Australia, but just for food. Every single thing I try and eat in this country is just out to kill me. You look at the ingredients, you don't understand half of them 90% of the time. If you have an app called Yuka, it lets you scan the QR code and it shows you every single thing in the food. And you're going through and it'll say, risk high, risk medium, risk low. 95% of the time, the risk is so diabolically high. The stuff they're putting in our food, it has no reason to be in our food besides the fact that it is just blatantly addictive for color, for taste. America, we are all addicts to the taste of food. If you go to other countries, they're not so flavorful. They still taste good, but they're not diabolically flavorful and like food and all this crazy stuff. The USA has managed to become so good at getting us completely addicted to food. When we're full, we just keep eating because it tastes good. Our body knows that we're full, but those Cheez-Its, bro. Just keep munching. For anyone that knows my story, I'm trying to build a new society from scratch. And in this new society, I'm going to make the food so much better. It's not gonna taste horrendous, it's not gonna be like tofu, bro, but it's gonna be healthy, and you don't have to be subconscious about the things that you're eating and putting in your body. Everything that we eat in America, not everything, but 95% of the foods are completely just laced with this, like, diabolical amount of chemicals. In my new society, it's not going to be like that. Everything is going to be healthy, grown, raised, completely natural, so none of us have to worry about dying. So if you also want to live in a better society where food is actually natural and grown, make sure to give me a follow. Join me for my journey because man oh man, it's about to get bloody crazy.
Bro, I've learned by traveling the world. I went to Colombia to get stem cells, and I stayed there for like 8 days, and I lose weight, and I eat. At first, I thought it was the stem cells. I didn't get stem cells. Still lost 15 pounds. The food. American food is bad, bro.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Just filled with preservatives and bullshit. What are we going to learn about our food system? One of the things about the hearings that they just had was they were comparing Lucky Charms that they sell in the United States that are very brightly colored versus Lucky Charms that they sell in Canada. Completely different looking product because in Canada it's illegal to use those dyes. And those dyes are terrible for you. We know they're terrible for you, and Canada knows they're terrible for you, which is why they're illegal up there. The food tastes the same. It still sucks. Still bad for you. It's still covered in sugar, but at least it doesn't have that poison that just makes it blue. Listen to this.
This is McDonald's French fries from the United States. It has 11 ingredients, but in the UK, there's only 4, and salt is optional. This one has an ingredient called dimethyl polysiloxane, ingredient that can be preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, and just happens to be the first ingredient in silly putty. Gatorade, here in the United States, uses red 40 and caramel color. In Germany, they use carrots and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorade. Oreo's birthday cake has 4 different artificial food dyes, and in Europe they use beets, spirulina, and turmeric. Over the last 60 years, almost all food additives have been created for one sole purpose: to improve the bottom line of the food industry and not improve our health.
Alright, I'd like to thank everybody for following my content. Alright, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, everyone who liked my content. Alright, everyone who has been following me. Alright, keep on liking, sharing, and subscribing, y'all, so you can keep the content coming. Alright, y'all enjoy y'all week. Have a smooth 7.